Hey everyone, this is Chris Bolts coming in with another video. And you remember that video yesterday I made regarding Kathleen Kennedy retiring sometime this year? Hey everyone, this is Chris Bolts, and yesterday we got some really good news. Kathleen Kennedy is finally exiting. Just let that sit in for a moment. It only took 7.5, 8 years for this to happen, but it looks to be finally happening this year. She is going to be leaving Lucasfilm. Yeah, about that. As you can see from the headline here, it says that Kathleen Kennedy speaks out on her Lucasfilm plans and she is not soon retiring. Well, there goes that dream and everything like that. But let me just stop there for a moment and everything, and let me just explain why I still think that this information is going to still be correct, that she is going to be retiring. But I think she wanted to be the one to make the announcement. But before I get into the video, make sure you do like, share, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications so you will be notified when I post videos like this one. So back to the article here. This is an article from Deadline, and as we see the entire headline, Kathleen Kennedy speaks on her Lucasfilm plans. She is not soon retiring, and the films that will keep her in Star Wars orbits for years to come. Well, first of all, she's 71 years old, so I don't think she's going to be in there for years to come or anything like that. But then again, we see lots of other heads of companies like that shouldn't be there, but they're still there kicking and all that. But that's for another video. In this particular article, I think the reason why this article is even here to begin with is because Kathleen Kennedy is a prideful person, and like most people that are going to be up in that type of echelon, they're going to be prideful people and have an ego, and they want to be able to control the message so that when it involves them personally. I think someone might have just gotten out ahead of the game and dropped that information to the trades that Kathleen Kennedy was going to be retiring, and I think she wanted to be able to be the one to go out there and put that information out there. She just wanted to control the timing of the message and all. Somebody decided to go ahead and push that up a little bit, and now we have a woman that has been scorned that is going out there and wanting to reclaim that message. But like I said, the reason why I think that it's still a bit true and it is within this particular question that was asked by Deadline of Kathleen Kennedy, and I'm going to read this in its entirety, and then I'll go ahead and get back here. Now, Deadline asks, "We've read all these speculative reports that you are out, that there's a frenzy for the next person who's going to take over Lucasfilm. What is the truth?" And here's Kathleen Kennedy's response. "The truth is, and I want to just say loud and clear, I am not retiring. I will never retire from movies. I will die making movies. And that is the first thing that's important to say. I am not retiring. What's happening at Lucasfilm is I have been talking for quite some time with both Bob Iger, and Alan, I don't know who this Alan is, about what eventual succession might look like. We have an amazing bench of people here, and we have every intention of making an announcement months or a year down the road. We are in lockstep as to what that's going to be, and I am continuing. I'm producing the Mandalorian movie right now, and I'm also producing Sean Levy's movie, which is after that. So I'm continuing to stay at Lucasfilm and looking very thoughtfully with Bob and Alan as to who's stepping in. So that is all underway, and we have every right to make that announcement when we want to make it." Now, two things within this statement here leads me to believe that the original reports about her retiring this year were true. The first one is right here at this particular point. What's happening at Lucasfilm is I have been talking for quite some time with both Bob and Alan about an eventual succession, and they were going to be making an announcement months or a year down the road. Though that combination of wording leads me to believe that she was going to be making some type of announcement this year, but when a person came out and dropped that dime this week, it blew up that entire narrative. So now she's coming in there and wanting to reclaim that particular messaging, and that's indicated by the last sentence there. We have every right to make that announcement when we want to make it. She did not like the fact that this news got out ahead of her and that everybody's running around with this information now as if it is fact. From her perspective, I can certainly understand. As I mentioned before, Kathleen Kennedy seems to be a proud woman, an egotistical woman who, has been involved in the movie industry for many, many years. And you see that they give a list of movies that she was involved in. Now, I think this for the first sentence here is incorrect. It says Kennedy arguably is the most successful female producer of executive in Hollywood history, which is bullshit. She is not the most successful female producer or executive based on the movies that they list. It gave Jurassic Park, The Sixth Sense, Indiana Jones, E.T., Munich. I mean, all you have to do is we have the perfect check figure. If this woman was the most successful female producer and executive, why is Lucasfilm, why is Star Wars, why is Indiana Jones, which they mentioned there, and why is Willow all just not have been reduced to a smoldering pile of ash? This woman has not been successful. She has been riding the coattails of the men that have been involved in these movies. Her husband, Frank Marshall, Steven Spielberg, in the case of Lucasfilm, George Lucas, Robert Zemeckis, which is Back to the Future. So all these movies that they're trying to give her credit for is utter nonsense. That's just doesn't take from the fact that she was involved with the movies. She was involved with these movies. She's had a career in Hollywood that's older than I am, and I'm 49 years old and she's 71. So whether we agree with it or not, she thinks she earned her right to be able to control her own messaging. And I think that's what's pretty much operative here. She really wanted to make the announcement after they had chosen the person that's going to be replacing her, and who they're going to be replacing her with. It does not inspire confidence. Here are the individuals that are currently at Lucasfilm. Now, all the indication is on this person right here, Dave Filoni. Dave Filoni obviously is the one that's been involved in writing a lot of the current Star Wars, which we all see what the result of that is. I think he should be not the one to start helming Star Wars. He is the curator of Ahsoka. He cares too much about that one character. He keeps trying to shoehorn that character or any stories involving that character into the entire Star Wars canon, and that to me is just sacrilegious, because everything needs to circle back to the original trilogy, and we all know that Ahsoka, or a character named Ahsoka, does not exist in the original trilogy. That's what he's trying to do. Do any of these people look like they know us? Do you want any of them being associated with Star Wars or pushing that forward or anything like that, being at the forefront of being the new face of Star Wars? I don't think so. Now, people have said that this guy right here, Doug Chiang, has been involved with Lucasfilm for many, many years. That being involved with Lucasfilm does not necessarily mean that you're going to be a good storyteller or creator. And that, I think that's what with Star Wars, what Indiana Jones, what Willow, what they need is someone who is a creative genius with managerial skills. Someone that can provide a really good direction, really good focus, where they want to go ahead and take Lucasfilm into the future. Because frankly, I don't see any of this right here. All these people here do not inspire confidence in anything associated with Lucasfilm. So that's basically the story there. I think that the trades reporting on Kathleen Kennedy wanting to retire sometime this year were definitely true. But this is a proud woman. This is a spiteful woman. She wanted to go ahead and go out on her own terms. She wanted to make that announcement herself. She was robbed of that opportunity, and now she is a scorned woman, wanting to go ahead and make sure that we know that she is not going to be retiring anytime soon. So I will link the article in my description. You guys can go ahead and read that for yourselves and everything like that if you want to go ahead and do that. But let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with me that this woman is just being spiteful now and she is just wanting to go out on her own terms? Or do you think that the reports were false to begin with? Jump down in the comments and let me know what you think. And again, remember to like, share, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications so you'll be notified when I will post a video like this one or when I go live. My name is Chris Bolts, and I'm signing off, and I'll catch you in the next video. You guys take it easy.